Okay. So live for 18 seconds. Let's test to see if this works. Real quick. I'm trying something new here. Close. Oh, there are live chat comments coming in. That makes me think that we're working here. Yeah. All right, okay. Cool. Hi. AHM1K here. I am, as you can see, it's trying a different streaming platform format, either or, whatever you want to call it. Using the Animating Live podcast that I do, which is basically me and then sometimes me and guests hang out while I film stuff, and then I answer questions simultaneously with all of you. The primary focus of what I'm going to be doing here, aside from filming the next Marvel stop motion, is trying to figure out this new streaming that I'm using. I've always used first it was Google Hangouts, and then I used OBS, and OBS was awesome. I liked it, but it has some flaws that I'm not a big fan of. And I've heard that this is the one you go to because this one's like the closest to this one's like kind of like the closest to Google Hangouts. And apparently it's there's some options there. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I can share my screen too. Really? How does that work? I gotta test this real quick. And then easiest with two monitors. I don't have two monitors. Okay. Sharing as easy as a two monitors. Works best on a good. Let's try. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Apparently, it's saying I get a warning that says there's a bug that it'll crash Windows 10. Let's not screen share. Let's not crash the stream when we're just starting it. That sounds cool. Cool. Anyways, yeah, like I said, I am Kyle, or AHM1K, I guess. I prefer Kyle though. This is the Animating Live podcast that I do. 8 viewers, cool. There's a little thing right there that should say who I am. It's in pink for my favorite character to voice, Aileron, a pink Starscream. He's a goon. Hello. Oh, man. Have you ever heard the tragedy of Doth Plagueis the Wise? Anyways, I'm also doing this stream. I'm going to talk about some things that are going on, some things that are going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Words, boredom. Sure, all of you are just loving that. Also, before anyone asks, this is not alcohol. I'm going to be nursing this throughout the entirety of the stream. This is not alcohol. This is alcohol. We'll be touching on a little bit of both throughout the stream. Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head Vodka. Looking to have a good time. What Bumblebee figure are you? Oh, yeah. What Bumblebee figure are you using in Earthrise? This is actually a cool way for me to actually answer questions. I should consider doing a Q&A on a live stream sometime, and then I can actually highlight the question because I always screw up or I forget to say the name. So, what Bumblebee figure are you using in Earthrise? 2 seconds. If I don't pull down the power cord to my laptop, that would be bad. The big reveal. What Bumblebee am I going to be using in Earthrise? Because he's got a kind of different story that... I mean, he's going to be in Earthrise. I did say he was going to be, and it's a different kind of story. So if this doesn't kind of hint at it, World War II Bumblebee is going to be the Bumblebee. So that's going to be... Look for that coming down the pipes. It's not going to be the next Earthrise. Episode 2 is done. It's actually coming out this Saturday, June 20th. After that is... That's another one. It's Sideswipe versus Mirage. What else do we got after that? More Siege stuff. Like all the episodes, the next upcoming Earthrise episodes, they're all like the big Siege that I talked about, like that kept getting brought up in the Siege. It's all the War for Cybertron series. So Siege was season 1, Earthrise is season 2. So during season 1, they kept talking about this Siege. There's this big Siege coming, blah, 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 blah. Earthrise, this whole first half of it, it's just the Siege. It's constant action, lots of fighting, blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking Bumblebee probably won't come into it until at least like episode 6 or 7 of Earthrise. I need to cast Bumblebee too. I put out a casting call a while ago, and I never actually answered who it was. So yeah, that's I need to get on that. I just realized that I am behind. Which version of Megatron is your favorite? Well, if you mean like show wise, probably Transformers Prime. If you mean like a figure, Planet X. I like how that one turned out. What kind of other TF stop motion projects do you work besides Earthrise, Life Prime, and War for Cybertron? I work on tons of Transformer stop motions. I recently put out a Punch Counter Punch like short film. There is a sequel that I started writing. Aside from that, I have a horror one that I wrote. I've filmed most of it, edited some of it. It's called In the Dark. That one's coming along. What else we got? And then I have one kind of big one. It's one I'm kind of saving. It's gonna be like the last video I put out on this channel because if I do it exactly to how I wrote the script, it's gonna take me so long to do. So it'll take a hot minute, and it'll probably be my last video that I put out on YouTube, or at least on this channel, when it comes time for that. It's going to be a slow process, so it's not like, oh yeah, unsubscribe, because he's planning on quitting YouTube. I am planning on leaving YouTube. I don't plan on staying on forever, but I do want to finish the things I want to do first. But other than that, Transformers stop motion wise, not really much. I've also got the Marvel stuff that I'm going to start here in a second. I also have a Power Rangers stop motion thing that I really enjoy doing because it's kind of like a way, or I don't know what it is. Like action and Power Rangers, the shows were always so dramatized and overreacting and kind of like eccentric, I thought, in places. Impossible, like outside of realism. And so I've really been enjoying messing around with that in stop motion as well. So that's another one that I do, Power Rangers stop motion. It's called Shattered Grid. Just occasionally popped up. There's only been 2 episodes so far. I guess there's also the Cliff Jumper miniseries. I do a lot of projects. I'm getting distracted. I'm going to pop in on these questions in a hot second. Now I'm going to... Let's close that, actually. I'm going to open the script because we're going to go work on Civil War some. And then it'll be super, super cool because I need to get this one done because I am behind with the Marvel stop motion stuff. So what is there to talk about? Well, since I'm working on the Marvel stop motions, I'll mention the Marvel stop motion stuff first. There are only 3 episodes left in this whole season, Ghost Rider's War, and I keep hearing that Ghost Rider's not a villain. I know that. It's supposed to be different than anything you've seen before, so just kind of accept that this does not follow the standard norm would be my suggestion, and you'll have a much better viewing time with it. Hang on, what was the... So the armor plating is 2... spark shooting off. Okay, cool. This is a very... I don't normally write out the specific actions I want to have in a stop motion. I normally just say they fight because I hate scripting out action. But this one I scripted it out because I guess I just wanted it to be a certain way and I wanted to remember that certain way. Not just improv it. But we'll see. Okay. Ooh, let's not. Yeah, so this is just kind of outside my norm right here. I'm not sure if I'm liking this too much. Just when I say this, I mean the process that I'm doing here. Ooh, that could. Oh no! Shit. Thank God Captain America wasn't on screen, just standing up. Okay, let's line that back up. Okay, that everything is lined back up. So, fun fact, I just kind of eyeball it when it comes to stop motion just because, mother fuck. Just because I can't, I don't have any fancy softwares or anything like that. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, like I said. This is becoming increasingly difficult to do, so I have been recently trying to fund the acquisition of Dragon Frame through selling on eBay. So, in case you're curious or would like to help with the acquisition of Dragon Frame to improve video quality, check out my eBay page. Link in the description. It's kind of, sort of, also like the starting of like a small. Oh no. Okay, there we go. Of like a small sort of business venture I'm doing, just because e-commerce is really interesting to me. I'm finding, and eBay is kind of the original e-commerce. All right. Okay, yeah, that worked. Perfect. And was to slice him with the sword. Power plating. So, can you do? Oh, someone who actually likes the Star Wars stop motions. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely like to. I plan to do a. Why did I take off my hat? Stupid. I planned on doing a Mandalorian stop motion, a proper Mandalorian stop motion, because I did one before, and I had written it out and everything, and it was supposed to be with the Mandalorian figure, and then the Mandalorian figure shot up in price so much you couldn't possibly even fathom getting it. But I managed to find one for a reasonable rate that's on the way. I also have the Baby Yoda, so I've seen a lot of other people post Mandalorian stop motion. Some of them are kind of, and they all have one fatal flaw. They don't have Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda was like the biggest thing to come out of the Mandalorian, and no one's using Baby Yoda. So I was thinking, like, man, I'm gonna screw that. I'm using Baby Yoda. There's no Mandalorian stop motion if there's no Baby Yoda. Not to like shit talk other people's Mandalorian stop motions. It just seems to be lacking one of the biggest things to come out of the Mandalorian, I'd say. Are you going to do more? Are you going to get more movie masterpiece figures? Probably not. I got one. It was interesting. Any more, I think, is too many. Just because, I mean, they're okay, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, movie masterpiece doesn't really interest me so much. I wasn't a big fan of all the movie designs. Very rarely do I actually like them. Not saying like, oh yeah, G1 is the best. No. No. I'm not one of them Transformers Generation 1 elitists as well. I just kind of just pick and choose. I just kind of like dabble in everything. Like, oh, yeah, that design's good. That design's shit. This design's good. That one's not so good. That's kind of how I do it. So the idea of yeah, I'm just not one of those people that just takes only G1 kind of deal. Lemonade. Dan Aykroyd, Crystal Head Vodka. What time is it? All right, it's 3 o'clock for me, so I can do about 30 more minutes of the stream here, and then I can I'll have to dip out for a little bit. I'll grab Hank, I'll bring him up here, and then we'll close out the stream in 30 minutes or so. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds good. Oh shoot. I wanted to talk about something and then I forgot about what it is. Oh well, guess it must not have been that important, otherwise I would have remembered it. Oh, I don't keep up with your Star Wars stuff as much as I liked. So do your Star Wars stop motions attempt to fit in with canon events, or do you just freestyle? I just freestyle it, just because I just like to do whatever I want, or I just kind of want to do whatever I want. I don't want to be stuck doing like what's expected. I really don't like to do anything that is what expected. Even with like the Marvel stuff, people got pissed at me because I did Avengers Endgame differently. It's like, if you want to watch Avengers Endgame, put in the DVD, right? Don't watch my stop motion. If you want to watch something loosely inspired by it, that's still just kind of just its own thing, yeah, check out my stop motion. Same thing with the Star Wars stop motions. They may be inspired, but it's more like how I would like to see it happen, or just something I would think is funny, not necessarily based entirely on what happens. It's just fun, right? It's all meant to just be fun. Oh, I gotta get some more work done because Hank Ho's gonna wake up. Yeah, but for those of us just joining in, I'll be grabbing up Hank because I know that's at least on the Discord. By the way, join my Discord. It's on links in the description as well. Hank, my dog, is kind of like I'm kind of using pictures of him as a form of currency in the Discord. So, like, if I like something else, I'll send you like 3 Hanks or something like that. So yeah, like earlier, I'm gonna pop into filming for a little bit. I'll check with the live chat here in a hot second. I do want to get just this one little bit of action done. Really gotta get that done. I'm very, 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 very behind schedule on this stop motion. I really am. I needed to be farther along days ago, but I kind of just been lazy and just playing Grand Theft Auto. By the way, anyone here play Grand Theft Auto? GTA Online, especially on Steam? Because if so, your skills are required for a job. Just saying. Is that right? Cool. Thank you for your patronage. Okay. First and cap. And also, like I mentioned earlier, Earthrise is coming out tomorrow, the second episode of Earthrise. So that's going to be, or not tomorrow, Saturday, this Saturday. Sorry. My bad. I like to upload on Saturdays. If it's not a Saturday, I don't really like to upload on that day. That's just what I like, though. I mean, anyone can do whatever they want, really. There's no specifics. Shit. Okay, I'm going to hold this one. But yeah, Earthrise is going to come out on Saturday. That's super exciting. I worked really, really hard to get that one ready for all of you. I'm going to stand this one, actually. No. Come on. There we go. There's a lot of cool action sequences that are going to be going on. There's I built a bridge, like an actual bridge for this video, the Earthrise. Why is that not working? I don't like that. Don't twist. There we go. Okay, now it's tight. But I built a bridge. There's a bridge action sequence. There's a lot of action sequences. I used tidal wave, big old tidal wave figure for it. That was pretty neat. It turned out pretty good. I got to actually use the giant Cybertron set that I built in its more proper intended use. I started dabbling with it a little bit because it wasn't quite finished yet. I hadn't finished all the pieces for it, but I still wanted to use it in the Siege, in Siege, but now in Earthrise, it's all done. It's ready to go. I am so distracted. I need to have guests on the podcast next time. Because my brain is just not working right now. Let's answer some questions. When will Riot return? Hopefully soon. I like the Riot custom. It turned out pretty nice. And I'd definitely like to get some more mileage out of it. I really love your stop motions. All of your work is amazing. Right now, I am working on a few stop motions myself. Any tips you have for new animators? Lots of pictures, steady camera, keep a steady camera. Try to have a good frame rate that fits the number of pictures you're taking. I can't tell you what a good frame rate is because I don't know how many pictures you're taking. So that one is for you to find out yourself, but take lots of pictures, high frame rates, steady camera, good lighting. Those are the key things. Oh yeah. I'm so tired of scene recreations and stuff trying to blend in with canon with Star Wars stop motions. Yeah, I mean, like sometimes they're good, sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's what you want to see that, but there are times where it's just not what you want. You just want to actually just kind of like be entertained and not just watch the same thing that you already saw. Sometimes. These type of videos because we get to see what you do and we can learn some stuff. I wish that I could actually focus more enough so I could actually get stuff done, but I always get distracted and then my brain stops working because I'm trying to keep up conversation. I really need guests. I really want to get as good as you when it comes to stop motion. Thank you. That's what I was responding to. Thank you. Yay, I love Tidal Wave. Cool. What's your favorite Studio Series figure? I have no favorite Studio Series figure. Studio Series has let me down with every single Studio Series purchase. So I have no favorite there. Here's one. When will Ultron return? And as sad of a story as this is, Ultron will likely not be coming back ever. I kind of wrote him out thinking, okay, well, maybe sometime down the road, give it some time. But recently I actually sold the Ultron figure. That was a mixed bag of reactions right there because it was like, oh, cool. Sold something, but at the same time also, shit, that was my first Marvel Legends ever. And I sold it. And I kind of actually was sentimental about it. And I didn't realize it till after it sold. So it was a little sad seeing it go, but at the same time, oh well. It's all good. So Ultron, for now, not coming back. If he ever does, it's because I got the figure arts, the SH figure arts Ultron, which I have looked at a lot. So if I end up getting that for a decent price, not paying ridiculous prices for it, it's got to be good. But if I ever find one for that, then yeah, that would be how Ultron comes back. Without that, though, then Ultron's not coming back ever. That's a little downer. Little downer. Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head Vodka. Drown away your sorrows. I do not promote underage drinking, but I do promote drinking. Something's going on. I need to figure it out. I'm wondering if I... Oh, you know what? I've been watching like the numbers slowly dwindle. We never got that many people watching like we normally do. I did the stream too early. I bet that's what it is. Shoot. Okay. Well. What is a frog? Started following you. Cool. Very cool. Any will you do a Kermit versus Elmo video? If someone ever like manages to put Elmo on Source Filmmaker on the Steam Workshop, absolutely, Kermit will throw down with anyone. Did you not see how I had him kill Miss Piggy? He killed her. He killed Miss Piggy dead. And then he disposed of the body through some very heinous ways. It was a very heinous crime. Versus Elmo. I can't I'm gonna practice on that Elmo one. But that would be funny. Elmo versus Kermit. Oh, that would be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Speaking of Kermit, though, I've done a few DC stop motions before, DC Comics. I did a Joker one actually, and I did the Flash. And they kind of got this idea. It's like, well, what if you made it like rather than like a serious thing? Like, what if you just made it like a joke? Like, what if it's all a comedy thing, right? So then I thought, well, what if you? Then I thought, oh, so I was looking at the price of like DC figures, and I'm like, oh, that's expensive, and then there's not that much variety. Shoot, how do we work around that? And then I was like, oh, what if we do Source Filmmaker, like a Source Filmmaker based DC Comics comedy thing, kind of like the Marvel project, except just all a joke. Everyone's comedic, just really dark humor. And then it crossed my mind that because it's in Source Filmmaker, I can put in Kermit the Frog. So I am going to have Kermit the Frog as part of the Justice League. Or maybe he'll be part of the Legion of Doom. I don't know. At all. I don't rightly know. But I do know it's going to be very fun doing all of those wonderful impressions of DC characters, and then Kermit, who is also going to be there too. That is a downer. I wish I could lend you mine, but I'm currently using mine in an animation. Oh, yeah, you don't have to send me stuff. I'm not worried about losing it. I mean, I sold it, so I mean, I willingly took the time to list it and then willingly let it go after selling it. So I mean, it's okay. It's all good. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, I'm only gonna do Ultron again if I get the Figure Arts one, and I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to do since nobody likes the Marvel videos I make. Not, or at least when I say nobody, I'm gonna say I get some very, very, very scathing hate from people, like the kind they don't want made public, so they send it to you privately, kind of hate. So that's I'm gonna balance out how much more of that I want to deal with before I purchase an Ultron. Okay. Ouch. Oh, I need to set this up too, but at the same time, I need to watch my time. I got 10 more minutes before I gotta go get the little Hangaho. Little Hangaho's gonna wake up, and then I'll grab him, and we'll close out the stream, and everything will all be good. I noticed we went up in viewers again. So, hey, everyone. I'm a fool. I started the stream too early, it looks like, because not a lot of people are joining until, of course, a little bit later. As a dumb, but I got to wake up the Hank. Or he's probably already awake. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I think the dog might be awake. So he's not awake, but I'm going to have to wake him up here in like a few minutes. So what I am going to do is something I've never actually rightly done here on a stream or in a video, because I know some people have asked about this. But a lot of people have asked, like, hey, show us your room or room tour, blah, 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 blah. It's kind of a mess right now because I have set pieces all over and shit's like set aside for selling too. But I'll Let me close these up real quick. Those have some receipts sitting in there that I don't want anyone seeing, like personal information of. But yeah, here I'll show off the studio space, as some people have asked to see it in the past. Obviously, this is what y'all have seen before. This is where I film everything. All the stop motion stuff is done right there. And that back room there, actually, if I detach this, and if I switch audio devices. Oh, no. That is the same one. This working? Still hear me? Cool. So that's unplug the mic. That's what I did. Unplug the charger. All right, so over here, filming space. This is that's what I do that with. This is the office desk space. Like I said, everything's kind of a mess. I usually leave like these Captain America Hot Wheels there just because I got the whole set years ago. My parents gave it to me. Yeah. So like I was saying, this here is, or like I was gonna say, it's very difficult to get back there because I don't need to go back there too often. It's kind of a voiceover booth back in there. It's a, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. It's just too much work to get back there. So that is a voiceover booth back there. In here is just a closet just for costumes and shit, live action stuff. So I do a lot of that live action stuff, blah blah blah. I do that. If you're interested in checking that out, I have my streaming service that I made. It's one that I made myself. It's called Video Night Streaming. Links are always in the videos or on my channel too. So check that out for live action stuff and cartoons and nonsense. There's some shelves. This shelf right here is just for stuff that's just either broken or I'm trying to finagle something, or something that they just don't go anywhere, or at the moment there's always there's something wrong with this shelf. This is my shelf for things that something's wrong with, or just spare stuff, and then up there is stuff that's too big to fit on the shelves. So shelf, back here is just storage. Like is up all the way? I guess it is. I guess it's too dark. You can't see it. Okay. There's boxes of stuff that's being sold in there. Set pieces. More set pieces. And then if we step outside of this room into the neighboring hallway, more stuff, Power Rangers, and the throne, along with stuff I'm selling. So that's the studio space. I've been asked about that a bunch, and I've just kind of never shown it because why? Didn't want to. I guess, you know what? I will also, I guess, take you all to go visit the Hankaho, my little pupper. He is 6 months old in a week. He turns 6 months in a week, so still jazzed on that dog. Let's actually. Did that close? and it's gonna cool off. Okay, cool. Here we go. Marching out. Building. Walking. Oh, hey, there he is. There he is, right over there. Hank, how you doing, dog? This is where he sleeps. There's his little nap pen kind of area. Takes little naps. Sleeps about including nights. He sleeps, like 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours a night, really. It's kind of ridiculous, but he really does. Hank-a-ho! Hank! Hank, come on. Hank, you want to come out? You want to come out? Hank. He's determined to just sit in there, I guess. Hank. Come on, Hank. Door's open. Door's open. You're just going to plop back down. You don't want to get up yet? Oh, Hank. Oh, Hank. Come on. Come on. Come on, Hank. Come on, Hank. You've been napping a lot. I didn't mean a lot. Come on, Hank. Hank. Really entertaining, I'm sure. Hank. He's only me reaching. Oh, big dog. Such a big dog. Come on. Show you off. Like one of them dog shows. Look at that, Hank. Look at that. It's you. That's you. He's getting to be a thickum. He's a thick boy. Hank, sit. Hank, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Hello, Hank. Hello, Hank. Anyways, like I said, I was going to wake Hank up, bring him on camera, and then wrap up the stream. So, not exactly as I intended originally, but it's time. Here's Hank. He is awake. He is on camera. Hi. Hank, sit. Salute. Can I get a salute, Hank? Salute. Hank, this is the best part. Hank, sit. Hank. Hank, salute. Salute. There we go. On camera. I got it finally. I can never get him to do that on camera. So, yeah. We're going to wrap up the stream here. How do you do that? Oh, the broadcast button. Cool. So yeah, StreamYard seems like it might be a promising thing to use. I'm definitely gonna mess around with this some more in the future and with guests in the future, because me talking by myself is about as interesting as watching paint dry. So cool. Anyways, whoops, Hank, enough to slide. It's gonna pick you up. Oh, you're so big. Anyways, bye everyone. Bye. Yeah, and broadcast. There